Welcome back, YouTube family. I hope you're all doing well and had a fantastic weekend. Let me know in the comments how your weekend went. I had a religious holiday, which was pretty cool, and made the weekend even better. But enough about me, let's jump right into today's video and break down exactly what went down. So, we entered a lobby, and surprise, surprise, we ran into one of the most delusional clans out there, War Clan. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you already know the deal with these guys. They live in their own fantasy world, making up stories and brainwashing each other into believing their own lies. It's honestly entertaining to watch how deep into their own delusions they are. But here's where it gets interesting. We finally found Scar. Now, we've been exposing this guy for a while, constantly showing proof of how he rage quits, makes excuses, and just can't handle real competition. And as expected, the moment things started going south for him, he tried to leave the lobby. But this time, he had to save face in front of his clan members. So he stuck around, trying to prove to them that he could hold his own against actual top-tier players. Spoiler alert, he couldn't. As we moved through the dark zone, we ran into a couple of other players, but most of them were respectful enough to let us do what we do best, farm War Clan. They understood what was happening and didn't interfere, which we appreciated. Some of them even stuck around to watch the beatdown unfold. And let me tell you, it was a spectacle. Scar was absolutely miserable. Grey Fox farmed him so badly that he was left sulking and frustrated. You can literally see it in his reaction throughout the video. He was getting destroyed over and over again, and it was obvious it was getting to him. This game means everything to him, and the fact that he was getting embarrassed on such a massive scale, oh, you know, that stung. You'll see exactly what I mean when you watch the footage. At one point, they found themselves in multiple 2v4 situations, and after watching them struggle, we decided to make things even and really show them what real PvP looks like. But, as expected, even with a fair fight, they just couldn't keep up. War Clan relies so much on cheesy tactics, yet even with every trick in their book, they were getting dominated. The Dark Zone was ours, plain and simple. Now, one thing you'll always notice about War Clan is how much they love to talk. They always have so much to say about other players. They spend all their time stirring up drama, keeping everyone's name in their mouths. But the second that same energy gets thrown back at them, they play the victim. It's honestly laughable. At this point, I don't know if they have short-term memory loss or if they're just so far gone in their own delusions that they believe their own nonsense. And let's be real, Scar was 100% the weakest link here. He was completely reliant on Jerry to keep him alive, but even Jerry was struggling to keep up. It was clear as day that Scar was being carried, and the funny part? Even after all that, he still couldn't perform. Then Scar tried to act tough and challenged us to get a manhunt. Big mistake. We showed him just how effortlessly we could do it, even against his multi-group. The challenge only backfired on him, making him and his clan look even worse. But here's where it gets even weirder. Jerry, for some reason, is completely brainwashed by them. He follows everything they say, but at the same time, he never actually defends them. And we all know why. Deep down, he knows his clan is toxic and immature. He knows they're a joke. Want proof? Look at what happened during his live stream. His own clan members were being blatantly racist, and he had absolutely nothing to say about it. Not a single comment to defend them. Now you have to ask yourself, does this mean he supports their behavior? It doesn't stop there. Another one of their clan members, who was also racist, got destroyed in every single 1v1. Yet, despite losing over and over again, the clan still supports their nonsense. They never hold each other accountable, no matter what. And let's not forget the biggest joke of all, Scar himself. He's bought views, purchased subscribers, and even uses scripts in the game, yet none of it helped. He still couldn't hold his own. Even with every possible advantage on his side, purchased views, subscribers, scripts, and a full team backing him, Scar still couldn't hold his own. He was desperately clinging to Jerry, hoping he could carry him through the fight, but Jerry was struggling the entire time. You could see the pressure weighing on him as he tried to keep Scar afloat, But no matter what he did, it wasn't enough. And then came the funniest moment of the entire match. Sqaure actually attempted to 1v1 me. Now, you'd think after all that trash talk he'd at least stand his ground, right? Wrong. The second things started going south for him, Jerry and their sniper had to jump in and bail him out. That right there tells you everything you need to know about WarClan. They love to talk, they love to hype themselves up, but when it comes to actually proving themselves in a fair fight, they fold every single time. At the end of the day, we didn't need to argue, make excuses, or rely on cheap tactics. We let our gameplay do the talking. And the results? WarClan got exposed again. I genuinely don't understand why Sqaure let his emotions get the best of him, to the point where he resorted to being racist. The fact that he got so upset over a video game loss that he started making offensive remarks, talking about a dirty Indian or something along those lines, is truly disturbing. At this point, you have to wonder what's really going on in his head. Now, I'm not here to diagnose anyone, but the way Sqaure acts makes me seriously concerned for his mental well-being. The level of anger and frustration he displays over losing in a game is beyond normal. I wouldn't be surprised if he's dealing with some serious internal struggles, and honestly, it's something that should be addressed before it escalates into something worse. Could he be on suicide watch? I don't know, but it's clear that he needs mental help. And all of this entire meltdown is happening just because he keeps getting destroyed in PvP. Let that sink in. But Sqaure isn't the only problem here. Look at their clan leader. We attempted to 1v1, but of course his clan members couldn't stand to see him lose, so they jumped in to help. The funniest part? The same clan member who couldn't let their leader take an L was the one who turned racist toward me after I farmed him in 1v1s. So not only do they lack the confidence to handle fights on their own, but they also immediately resort to toxicity when they get exposed. At that point, after seeing how weird and pathetic their behavior was, we decided, why not? Let's go all in. So we put together a full group and started farming them. And just as expected, they couldn't handle it. They rage quit, even while using scripts and cheesy tactics. They came in thinking they had the upper hand, thinking they could exploit the game and come out on top. But the second things didn't go their way. They ran. And that's the part that's so funny. WarClan complains non-stop about builds and PvP mechanics, yet they abuse the same broken mechanics they whine about. They rely on one build, acting like it's the most unstoppable setup in the game, but when they run into people who actually know how to counter them, they fall apart. UmadPushSqaure is a rookie when it comes to builds, and today we put that on full display. We showed him proof that his so-called meta means nothing when he goes up against real players. He thought he had everything figured out, but in reality, he was just another easy farm. At the end of the day, this entire situation was avoidable. If Sqaure and his clan had taken their losses like grown men, none of this would have happened. But instead, they got emotional, started making excuses, brought race into the conversation, and ultimately exposed themselves as sore losers. So what do you all think? Was it necessary for them to get racist over a video game? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this nonsense. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. And as always, thanks for watching.